This is the Three Gorges Dam. It is the largest hydropower plant in the entire world. This dam is so large that it's even visible from space. So how did they build this thing? And what's the real reason why China built such an enormous dam? In 1919, the leader of the Nationalist Party of China, Sun Yat-sen, first proposed the idea of building a dam in the Yangtze River. He wanted the dam to generate hydroelectricity to power the industrialization of China. His proposal wasn't taken seriously until the end of World War II, when the Americans came in to help rebuild China. An American engineer named V.P. Harbert studied the feasibility of the project in the late 1940s. He concluded that while a dam at the site of Yuchang would be possible, the cost of construction would be prohibitive. Harbert estimated that the total cost of the project would be over $4 billion in $1,947. Sun Yat-sen died in 1925, and his successor, Chiang Kai-shek, never gave much attention to the Three Gorges Dam project. Chiang was more focused on fighting the communists under Mao Zedong than on infrastructure projects. The Chinese Civil War would eventually force Chiang and his nationalist government to flee to Taiwan in 1949. Mao Zedong took control of mainland China and quickly made the Three Gorges Dam a priority project. In 1955, he ordered the Ministry of Water Resources to conduct a study on the feasibility of the dam. The ministry produced a positive report, but Mao was concerned about the environmental impacts of the dam. The Yangtze River was home to many species of fish, and Mao was worried that the dam would destroy their habitat. He also feared that the dam would cause flooding and landslides. These concerns led Mao to postpone the project until 1964, when China's leaders decided to pursue it. At this point, the main purpose of the dam was still hydroelectricity, but flood control and navigation had become important considerations as well. A Three Gorges Dam Authority was established to oversee the project, which was now estimated to cost 30 billion yuan, or the modern equivalent of $1.8 billion. In 1969, China's Premier Zhou Enlai announced that construction of the dam would begin in 3 years. But as usual, China's leaders had overly optimistic expectations. They thought that they could complete the dam in just 5 years. Once again, the dam project was postponed. Dam on the Huai River. That dam would be used to divert water from the Huai River to the Yellow River, which was essential for China's massive irrigation project there. While the Qinghai Dam was being constructed, China's engineers continued to study the best way to build the Three Gorges Dam. The preliminary design called for a concrete gravity dam. But after reviewing the plans, many experts believed that it would not be stable because the riverbed was mostly silt and sand. This type of dam would rely on the weight of the earth to hold back the water rather than the strength of a concrete structure. Yang's idea was eventually adopted, and construction of the Three Gorges Dam began. On September 14, 1994, construction of the dam required a tremendous amount of manpower. At one point, there were 200,000 workers involved in the project. By 2006, most of the Three Gorges Dam's power generating units were in service, but work continued on raising the dam's height. On July 9, 2012, the last generator was connected to the grid, and the Three Gorges Dam became fully operational. The project had taken 14 years to complete and cost over 37 billion yuan, or the modern equivalent of $6.4 billion. The Three Gorges Dam is a marvel of engineering, stands 265 feet, or 81 meters tall, and is 4,000 feet, or 1,200 meters long. When it was completed, it was the tallest dam in the world. As you can imagine, building such a structure wasn't easy. There were countless challenges along the way, but none were more daunting than moving the people. The Three Gorges Dam would create a reservoir 370 miles, or 600 kilometers long. And that meant that many cities and villages would be flooded. Around 1.3 million people had to be relocated, and most of them were farmers. Their homes and farmland were literally going underwater. Of course, this caused mass disruption and economic hardship. Many people lost their homes and livelihoods. Others had to leave behind ancestral lands that had been in their families for generations. But despite all the hardship, the project was completed successfully. As we mentioned before, the Three Gorges Dam was controversial even before construction began. Many Chinese intellectuals opposed the project because they feared it would damage the country's cultural heritage. The Three Gorges region is home to many ancient archaeological sites, including some of the oldest human settlements in China. Some people believe that the area is the birthplace of Chinese civilization. All of these sites would be destroyed once the reservoir was created. Those fears turned out to be justified. And that's only the land that was identified beforehand. Who knows how many sites are now hiding underwater? But it wasn't just the physical structures that were lost. The Three Gorges region is also home to many beautiful natural landscapes. The most famous is the Three Gorges themselves, a series of steep cliffs and winding rivers that have inspired poets and painters for centuries. The Shibazai Temple, a Taoist temple built into the cliffs of a gorge in the Fendu Ghost City, a bizarre underworld theme park that was popular during the Cultural Revolution. All of these sites have been inundated by the Three Gorges Dam's reservoir. Of course, the dam hasn't just impacted the Three Gorges region. The entire Yangtze River has been affected in profound ways. Before the dam was built, the Yangtze River was one of the most polluted rivers in the world. Industrial waste, sewage, and agricultural runoff had made it unsafe to drink. Fish were dying and entire ecosystems were collapsing. The Three Gorges Dam has helped to clean up the river by creating a huge reservoir that acts as a giant settling basin. Most of the pollutants are trapped in the reservoir and prevented from flowing downstream. This has allowed the river to recover somewhat and has made it safe for drinking and swimming again. The Three Gorges Dam has also had a major impact on the Yangtze River's ecology. The dam has blocked the river's natural flow, which has led to a buildup of sediment and nutrients in the lower reaches of the river. This has caused massive algae blooms that have choked the river and killed off much of the aquatic life. The dam has also made it difficult for many fish species to migrate upstream to lay their eggs. Some species have completely disappeared from the river since the dam was built, and many others are now endangered. So why did China go through all this trouble to build the Three Gorges Dam? Well, there are two main reasons. The first is flood control. The Yangtze River is prone to devastating floods that can wipe out entire villages and towns. The Three Gorges Dam has helped to prevent these floods by creating a reservoir that can store excess water during the rainy season. In the past, the Yangtze River would overflow its banks and cause widespread damage. But now, the Three Gorges Dam holds back the water and releases it slowly and steadily throughout the year. The Yangtze River has tremendous hydroelectric potential. The Three Gorges Dam is the largest hydroelectric power station in the world. With a capacity of 22,500 megawatts, that's enough to power 10 million homes. In addition to flood control and power generation, the Three Gorges Dam has also improved navigation on the Yangtze River. The dam has created a deep, wide channel that allows large ships to travel upstream. This has reduced transportation costs and helped to boost the economies of cities along the river. In conclusion, the Three Gorges Dam is a massive engineering feat that has profoundly impacted China and the world. While it has brought many benefits, such as flood control, power generation, and improved navigation, it has also caused significant environmental and social disruptions. The dam has submerged vast areas of land, including many ancient archaeological sites and natural wonders. It has also had a major impact on the Yangtze River's ecology and has caused widespread pollution. Nevertheless, the Three Gorges Dam remains one of China's most important infrastructure projects and continues to play a vital role in the country's economy and society.